Thank you. Welcome back. We're looking at the political scene in 2025 and how it was characterized by carpet crossing when it comes to politicians and governors from opposition parties to the ruling party, the APC. Earlier, Allen Sowore, who is a policy or public affairs analyst, joined us inside on the news to have an in-depth analysis on it. And Sowore, you're back with us. Just please continue with your submission from earlier.
Oh, okay. I was trying to say that majority of the people, particularly governors from the People's Democratic Party who joined the APC, were driven by their greed and lack of confidence in their own political party. And it's very sad for our democracy. But again, I did reiterate that it may not necessarily mean that that is the end for the opposition, as we could see some realignment, particularly the ADC, and you see some political figures coming together in the ADC. Some of them have not come out really, but undercurrent, we see some kind of movement of the opposition figure in Nigeria, and we see emergence of new political party or political association, which could spring a surprise in the 2027 general election.
Right. Let's turn to the National Assembly, shall we? We saw how the National Assembly, critics have described it as a rubber stamp assembly, as nominees are increasingly asked to bow and go without thorough scrutiny. How did this practice become normalized, and what impact does it have on accountability in the political process? Or better yet, what precedents does it set in 2026?
This is quite embarrassing, even for members of the National Assembly who are elected on the same political party with the president. Don't have to always, give express approval or give express passing to whatever the request that is coming from the executive. Nigeria expect that they will do some kind of scrutiny, and make the process transparent, rigorous, so that Nigeria we have confidence in them. So this blame or this backlash should not be to members of opposition alone. It equally goes to the members of the same political party, as in the senators, the House of Rep members who are elected on the same platform, because the legislative arm of government is supposed to be or provide checks and balances to the excesses of the executive, either they are the same political party or not. But what we have mostly is this take a bow and go. It's not good enough for our democracy. It is not good for our democratization experience. It is not good for development. It is not good for our constitutional provisions, because it's obvious. The Constitution makes it very clear that the executive will raise a proposal, we make nominations, and the judiciary will, interpret, while the legislature will check and balance to ensure that we have a refined process or democracy. But what we have is paddy at the National Assembly and majority of the state House of Assembly. This is not good enough. Honestly, we have to say the truth. But even at that, we have seen some member of the National Assembly, even those who are member of the APC, saying the truth, coming to challenge what the president present, or sometimes you see Adam Oshomale, who is a member of APC, a former chairman of APC, sometimes challenging the process or the nomination or whatever. So we need to see more people, more senator, more member of the House of Representatives challenging or giving us raising questions that ordinary Nigeria want to know. Or, for instance, the ambassadorial list. Nothing is bad if you have 64 ambassador nominee and you have 60 approved, even initially. Delay for, let's have some scrutiny of some of these people, even if you have to approve them later on.
Right. Mr. Sowore,
garbage out is not good for our process.
Right. Let's look at the National Assembly. I have a very recent case that comes to mind was when the president was presenting the 2026 appropriation bill before a joint assembly of the National Assembly, and as he got on the mantle, as it was presented to come up, the members of that assembly plus the band started to sing I like to call it the chants of the president. On your mandate, we shall stand, the chorus. And it's a moment that one has described as worrisome. And I have to ask where you lie in all of this. Whatever happened to the National Assembly? Whatever happened to the national anthem, I beg your pardon, and has on your mandate replaced the national anthem?
Let us be honest with ourselves. At that particular point, at that critical moment, singing a song that is dedicated to the president in the National Assembly is unnecessary. And I don't think the president too will be happy about that. But we are Nigerians and we know sometimes how this thing work. But definitely, it is unnecessary. It's definitely not necessary at that particular point in time. Anybody who wants to sing or your mandate can wait or make it in another venue, not within the hallowed chamber of the National Assembly. So I don't want to belabor myself on that, but just to say that it's unnecessary. It's definitely not necessary.
I mean, Mr. Sowore, I must say thank you for taking out the time to join us this afternoon. Allen Sowore there joining us live from Ondo State to give us insight on how things have turned out or panned out in the political scene for 2025.